everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a series on my channel where I compare different products. I want to kind of do it like one product versus another product kind of video. And then at the end kind of like pick which one's the best out of the two. I want to do it with high-end and cheaper brands as well, so either comparing two high-end products, a high-end and a low-end product, or two low-end products, just products that I think are similar, and try and work out which one's better value for money, better pigmentation, all that kind of stuff. So today I'm going to be doing my first kind of segment in that series. So I'm going to be comparing the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette with the Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette. So what I'm going to be doing is breaking the palettes down into like sections, so like packaging, shadow selection, color selection, formula, pigmentation, and I'm going to be comparing them in both categories. So I'm going to start with the packaging, and I'm going to show you the packaging of both and then kind of pick which one's my favourite from the two, and then at the end I'm going to tell you which one's my favourite. So to start out today, I have all my makeup on apart from eyes because they're both eyeshadow palettes, and I'm going to do one side with one palette and one side with the other palette and try and like compare the colours, compare how they look, and I'm going to try and do like create the same kind of a look so you can see the similarities, and then we'll just see which one I think is better. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to all the products that I have on my face already, so you can just see what I have on. It's basically the same as the last few videos I've been doing, the same kind of products. So yeah, let's just get started on the video. So starting off with packaging. So this is what the Kylie palette looks like. This is the front of it, and it kind of has like holographic tears, and they're like a burgundy kind of colour. Kind of burgundies and golds. You can't really, the tears are holographic. So yeah, I really like the front of this packaging. I think it's really nice. It's so simple, but I think it just like works, and it's like the drips are kind of like what she does with the lip kits anyway, so I actually really like that. And then when you open it up, it says Kylie here across the top, and then this is the eyeshadows here. I know a lot of people were like given out when it first came out because there was no mirror, and I know since I've gotten it that they've put in a mirror since, but it doesn't really bother me that it doesn't have a mirror. Like I don't like, all my palettes have mirrors in them, and like I have mirrors to do my makeup in anyway, so it doesn't really bother me that there's no mirror. So I don't know, it's up to you. Well, at least if you get it now anyways, there is a mirror in it. So then this is what the shadows look like. There's 9 shadows in it, kind of, they're all warm toned, and then there's kind of 4 shimmers and 5 matte shades. So in terms of like the pan size, I'm pretty sure these are the same size as MAC eyeshadow pans. Yeah, so here's the size of the MAC pans, and then here's the size of these ones. So they're actually the exact same size. So I don't know like how many grams or anything that is, but they're just like the standard same size as MAC pans. And obviously you get 9 colours in it as well. And I like how it's laid out like 3 by 3 because it makes the palette like quite compact. Like it is a small enough palette, like you wouldn't have any problem traveling with it or anything. And it also has the shade names on the back. So yeah, that's just the packaging on the Kylie one, and now we're going to move on and talk about the Anastasia one. So this is the Modern Renaissance. This is what it looks like. It is like velvet on the front. It's like a velvet baby pink, and I think it's so beautiful, and it feels so nice, and it looks so nice and everything, but I hate it. Like, I don't hate it, like I love how it looks, I love how it feels, like it looks so expensive and so beautiful and everything, but once you get makeup on it, it doesn't come off, and that really annoys me. I love like keeping my palettes clean and like keeping them looking new, but if you get a stain on this, it just does not come off. Like you can see mine even looks a bit like grubby, and I hate that because there's nothing worse than going to get your makeup done from someone and like you see their palettes and it just looks grubby. Like, I just think it's horrible. So I don't like, I love it and I think it's so pretty, but I just wish it was like leather or something that you could just wipe off. So yeah, I don't really know how to feel about that. So then once you open up the palette, this is what it looks like on the inside. So you have a big mirror here, and then you have your shades here. So that's what the shades look like. You have 14 different shades, and you have two shimmers, and the rest are all mattes. So these two are your two shimmers, and then all the rest are matte shadows. The pans in these are a little bit small, I think, just in comparison to the Kylie one. The pans are a little bit smaller. I know they're square, but I don't know, I still think they're a little bit smaller. As you can see, I've definitely hit pan on a few of them. This one and this one. And I'm probably going to hit pan on this one very soon. So I don't know, maybe they're not as big as the Kylie ones, but they're still good size. And you also get a brush down here as well. I just took mine out, and it's actually a really nice brush. It's double-ended, and it's kind of like a pencil brush one end and like a fluffy brush the other end. And it's actually a really nice brush. So that's just the packaging on the Anastasia one. As I said, I'm not sure about this. It just, I don't know. It's lovely, and like, if you could clean it, it would look amazing. But like, even I've tried to clean it, like, I don't know if you can see here, I tried to clean it, and the like velvet started to come off, and it's starting to come off up here as well in like the top corner, which is like really annoying. So I don't know how I feel about that. So then moving on to colour selection. So in the Kylie one, I have it upside down now. In the Kylie one, you have 9 shadows. You have your 3. See, this one is kind of shimmery, but not really. So I don't even know if I'll count that one as a shimmery. These 3 are definitely shimmery. But this one, not so much. A hint of shimmer, but not a proper shimmer. You could definitely create like a few different kinds of looks with this palette. The only thing is, this is a little bit shimmery, so I don't know if you could create a full look, because I don't know if I'd use this to set my concealer on my lid. I always, in a palette, there's normally always a shade that you can set your concealer on your lid with, or like use as your base color, and this is a little bit shimmery, so I don't know if you could do that. Like, it might be a bit too shimmery for your entire lid. So I don't know about that with creating a full look with this palette. You have like these two shades here are perfect for transition shades. This one is a bit more brown, and then this one's obviously a lot more orange. Then you have like a copper shimmer, which is really nice. And in the middle you have like a bright pink. And then you have like a burgundy glitter over here, which is a really nice shade as well. And in the top row you have, well, the bottom row, you have like a deep burgundy shade with a bit more red in it. Then you have like a darker burgundy shade with a bit more brown in it, and it's a glitter. It's actually really nice too. And then you have almost like the matte version of this shade. You have that beside it, and it's the darkest one in the palette. It's like a dark burgundy but a bit more brown. So yeah, I think you'd definitely be able to create like a few different looks. But as I said, I'm not really sure about this shade and like setting your entire lid with it. I don't know if you'd be able to do that with this. Moving on to the Modern Renaissance palette, you have 14 shades. This shade here, Tempera, is amazing for setting your concealer on your lid and using as a base shade, which is why I've hit pan on it so quickly. It's such a good shade for setting your lid, and it really works amazing. And it's not too, like, it's not white, so it doesn't like stand out too much. It's a really nice shade. Beside that you have Golden Ochre, which is a really nice transition shade. It's a bit more yellow. And then down here you have Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange, which are both amazing transition shades as well. I use these all the time. I'm definitely going to hit pan on Raw Sienna soon because that's the one I go to the most. I usually mix the two, but for majority of my looks I always use Raw Sienna. So then you have Vermeer, which is this one here, which I've also hit pan on. It's such a nice inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight. It's amazing for that. It's such a nice colour and I use it all the time. And then under that you have Primavera, which is like almost like a rose gold glitter, a bit more gold in it, but it's really nice as well. It's really pigmented. Up here you have Boon Fresco. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this, I didn't use this shade for ages. I literally started using it not that long ago and it is so nice. I don't know why I didn't use it. I guess it doesn't really look like much, but it is such a nice shade. It's so nice for using when you're doing like a pink smoky eye, a purple smoky eye. It's even really nice if you're doing like a dark brown smoky eye or even a black smoky eye to like blend it into this kind of a colour. It's so nice. I don't know why I didn't like use it as much before, but I'm definitely going to hit pan on it soon now because I use it all the time. And under that you have Red Ochre. It's just a deep red shade. It's super pigmented and it's really nice. And then up here we have Antique Bronze, which is like a brown shade, but it kind of has a little bit of a shimmer in it. It's not so much of a shimmer as these two, but it does have a little bit of shimmer in it. Under that you have Venetian Red, which is like a perfect combination of these two shades. It's like a reddish pink and it's really nice. And then obviously you have like the bright pink, which is Love Letter. It's super pink and perfect for like a pink smoky eye, anything like that. It's very similar to the Burgundy shade from the Burgundy palette. But yeah, it's a really nice pink colour. Under that you have Warm Taupe, which I don't use that much, but I definitely should because it's a really nice transition shade. I think maybe when I run out of Raw Sienna, I'll probably move on to this one. Yeah, it's just like a medium to light brown, but it would be a really nice transition shade. So then up here in the top corner we have Cypress Umber, which is the dark shade in the palette. It's like a really dark matte brown, but honestly you could pass it off as black because it is super dark. It's really good and it's like super pigmented, so it's definitely, if you need to deepen up your look, just go in a little bit of it and it's perfect. And then down in the bottom corner, the last shade we have is Real Girl. I also don't know if I'm saying that right, which is like the bright orange shade of the palette, which is very similar to the bright orange from the Kylie palette. Yeah, perfect for a bronze smoky eye, brown, orange, cranberry. You could use for anything really, and it's a really nice shade. So now moving on to swatches. I'm going to swatch the Kylie palette first, and then I'm going to swatch the Modern Renaissance palette underneath it, under the shades that I'm going to put the two shades that I think are the most similar underneath each other, just so you can see the comparison. Cool, so now that I have my swatches done, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. I'm gonna do the Kylie palette on the left hand side, and I'm gonna do the Modern Renaissance on the right hand side. Cool, so for my transition shade on my Modern Renaissance side, I'm gonna be using the shade Raw Sienna, which is this one here, and I'm just gonna put it on a fluffy brush into the crease. So you should have something like this. And then for the Kylie side, I'm gonna go in with the shade Beach. which is this one just here. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Real Girl from the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm just going to pop it in my outer corner and blend it onto my lid. I'm not really doing like a specific look with this palette, I just kind of want to compare the colours and just see how similar they are. I'm not really doing like a full set eye look. Perfect, so now I'm going to go in with the shade Penny from the Kylie palette on this side and just do the same thing. So I'm going to go in with the shade Love Letter from the Modern Renaissance and just pop that in the outer corner. And I'm going to go in with the shade Burgundy from the Burgundy palette. And just to deepen up that outer corner, I'm going to go with the shade Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette, just in the very outer corner. And I'm going to go with the shade Brick from the Kylie palette. So I'm also just going to blend a little bit of that Red Ochre shade from the Modern Renaissance under my lash line. And I'm going to blend a little bit of the shade Brick from the Kylie palette under my lash line on this side. So let me come in close and you can have a proper look. This side is the Modern Renaissance side and then this side is the Kylie side. I think they look really similar, like pretty much identical. I'm just gonna pop on some mascara and then I'll be right back. So one thing I will say about the palettes is that with the Modern Renaissance there's a lot of like kickback when you put your brush in. They're definitely very like soft powders when you dip your brush in. Like I don't even know if you can see, but like in these kinds of shadows you can actually see the dents from like where I put my brush in. Like it's actually made like marks in them. So yeah, there is a lot of like dust in that when you use them, but they are like really pigmented and super easy to blend out, so like I don't really have a problem with that. The thing is, I think that makes you go through them a lot quicker. Like I have hit pan on the two of these and I got both of them at Christmas, so I don't know. Maybe it's because I use them all the time, but I do think it might have to do with the fact that a lot of powder kind of flies up when you dip into the shadow, so I don't know if that might be like a factor of it as well. But I will also say that with the Kylie palette, although like there isn't as much like dust that comes up, there is a lot, when you tap off the excess of your brush, a lot of product comes off. So I don't really know how like I feel about that either. So the next like section I want to talk about is price and like availability slash like shipping. So you can get the Modern Renaissance palette from Beauty Bay if you live in Ireland, or I'm pretty sure that like ships internationally as well. So this is available on the website for $52.90, which isn't bad. Like you are getting 14 different shadows. I know there was a waiting list for like a couple of months to get this, because every time I came back into stock it kept selling out. But I am on the website right now and it is there. I think it's a good price like for the high quality that the palette and the shadows are. So shipping on the Beauty Bay website is €3.40, and it's free when you spend over €23. So you will be getting this on free shipping, and that's tracked shipping as well. It's international tracked shipping, so you get it 2 to 3 days after it's dispatched, and your shipping is basically free because you've spent over 23. And then for express international shipping, it's €5.70, and you get it 1 to 2 days after delivery. So unless you're in a hurry with it, I would just pay the €3.40 and you get it in 2 to 3 days anyways. So for the Kylie palette, it's a little bit more complicated. You can only get it from kyliecosmetics.com. So I'm on the Kylie website right now, and the Burgundy palette is $42 US, which converts, like, I know the daily conversion, like currency conversion, like goes up and down, but at the minute it's 37.53 euros, which is like really good because you're getting 9 eyeshadows. And like, I know with Kylie you are like paying for the name, so 37.53 really isn't bad at all. And the only thing is with Kylie, it's weird when it comes to shipping. So on the website it says that it's $14.95 for international shipping. So that works out at about €13.36, which does bring the price of the palette overall up to about €50, which is a bit like steep, I suppose, considering it's only €37 and then you have to pay €13 shipping. And then the process time for your order is 3 to 5 business days, and then your delivery time is 10 to 21 business days. So like business days is Monday to Friday. So like, I know it says 21 days, so you could be thinking, oh that's grand, like it's only 3 weeks, like at most, but they count it as business days, which is 5 days a week. So you're talking about like 4 weeks would be 20 days. So it could be 4 weeks even into like 1 day on the 5th week, because it's just, they just do Monday to Friday. So that's a bit like, I don't know, if you were in a hurry and like you wanted it, I don't know if, like, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be willing to wait that long. And especially because there's always like new launches and new like offers and stuff on our website. There's normally like a disclaimer that says like, oh, if you order like at a certain time, there might have been like a lot more orders. That might like affect the time you're gonna get it, and it might push it out further. So I don't know about that. And I also just want to point out that when you order from Kylie Cosmetics and it gets here, it can be stopped at customs. So it's happened to my sister. She ordered some stuff from Kylie Cosmetics and it got stopped at customs in Dublin. And because we don't pay, when we order online from America, we don't pay tax on it. They tax it when it comes into Ireland if they stop it and find out it's something that you bought. And what they do is they bring it to your house, like the post bring it to your house, and then in order to sign for it and to get it, you have to pay the money there and then, because they came to our house when I was there, but I didn't have any cash on me, and I think it was like €18 they were charging, and I didn't have any cash on me. So they took it back to the like depot place, and then you have the option to either not pay it and you don't get to keep it and they just, I don't know, just send it back or whatever, or you pay it and they let you keep it. So I would just be like wary of that. I know this was when she posted her stuff in the box that said like Kylie and had like the logo and everything on it, and that's why customs like recognize the stuff coming in all the time and they opened all the boxes and they charge customs on everything. But I think since then she's changed her like outer packaging so that it doesn't have anything to do with her on it, because so many people were complaining about having to pay customs on it. I'm pretty sure she has done that since. I know like I've ordered stuff, I've ordered like lip kits and stuff and that's never got stopped. I'm pretty sure my palette and some other stuff that my mom got me for Christmas, I'm pretty sure that got stopped. So I don't know, I would be a bit wary about it, just in case, because you don't know what, like, you don't want to be spending loads of money and then having to spend more money to get it. So overall, I love both these palettes, I really do. I love pinks, I love oranges, I love warm tone shadows. It's what I wear every day. In terms of which one I think is better, I don't know. I'm gonna say the Modern Renaissance because I use this a lot more than I use this because of the shadow selection in it. I mean, I can dip into this palette for any look that I'm doing. You know, like a natural look, a day look, a bright look, a festival look, a smoky look, like everything. You could bring this with you on holidays and you don't need anything else. Whereas with this, I don't know, I feel like it might get a bit repetitive. I know like with this, I've done like pink eyes before, I've done orange eyes. I've even done like a brown smoky eye with this shade and I blended it into raw sienna and then I also blended it into this like lilac shade and it looked so nice. So I don't know. I think that's why I'm gonna go with the Modern Renaissance. Just for the colour selection and what you get for what you pay. Like €52 versus €37 plus €13 shipping plus possible VAT charges. So we're definitely talking about at least €50 for the palette itself and the shipping versus €52 for the palette, the shipping. You don't have to worry about customs because that, like, the tax is added, like the tax is part of the price. So for that reason, that's why I'm gonna go with the Modern Renaissance. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you are a makeup artist or if you just love makeup. I really would recommend trying it out. I know I've given it to my mom to use and she loves it. I think it's just such a universal palette, and anybody can use it. So I think that's why I'm going to go with this as my winner. This is still a good one, and if you like are a makeup collector or you just love the brand or you like really want to splurge on like something, I would recommend this. The colours in it are really nice. The packaging is really nice and it looks really nice like sitting on your desk with the packaging and everything. So if you're not on a budget and you're looking for kind of like a collector piece or something to like use in your makeovers to like add a touch of luxury, I would go with this one. But for every day and for everybody, I'm gonna have to go with the Modern Renaissance. I think they need to rethink the outer packaging, but everything else is perfect. So this is my winner for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a different kind of one for me to film. But hopefully it's a bit like informative, and if you were like stuck between those two palettes or you want to get one but you're not sure, maybe this will like help you out with the swatches and me using them and talking about them. Hopefully this will help you out. I definitely want to do more of these videos with different kinds of products. Like I said, comparing like a high-end palette to a low-end palette. Just do all different kinds of comparisons and balance between products. Just find the ones that are the best value for money and the best quality and everything. It's just in my opinion, but hopefully it will help you out. So that's why I want to do this series and just help you out, especially if you're on a budget or you want to pick a luxury item but don't know which one to pick. Hopefully this video will help you out. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below if you like this video, or if you have any like suggestions of like products you'd like to see me compare, or products you think would be good in this series. I'll definitely be doing more of them anyways. So I think that's all for this video. I'll be back Wednesday with another upload. I'm not really sure what video I'm going to be doing yet, but if you have any suggestions, of course, let me know. Give the video a thumbs up, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.